This question is asking us to figure out a word problem with population using the slope and equation of a line. So we are told the population of a small town in Central Florida has shown a linear decline in the years 1996 to 2008. In 1996, the population was 26,800. Let's go ahead and just underline the numbers because usually those are important in math problems. And in 2008, the population was 19,600. Right, so what the first part says, write a linear equation expressing the population of the town, capital P, as a function of t. And we hit on this in a previous section. It says t is the number of years since 1996. Right, so the idea with this is exactly like we dealt with earlier in this section. We want to figure out the slope. And what we want to do is make xy coordinates out of our 2 points here. Since t is the number of years since 1996, t or x, whichever one you actually want to write down, is fine. For 1996, that is 0, because 1996 is 0 years since 1996. Population we don't adjust, we're only adjusting the time. And then in 2008, the population was 19,600, but how many years since 1996 is that? Well, that's 12. You can do 2008 minus 1996, which is 12. So we've got our points. Oops. We have x is 0 and y is 26,800 for the first one. And the second one, we've got x is 12, or t is 12, whichever one you want to write for now. And y is 19,600. And we want to figure out the slope. Anytime we want to write a linear equation, which is the equation of a line, we want to get the slope first and go from there. All right, so let's do that. We got m equals y2, 19,600. Minus y1, 26,800, over x2, which is 12, minus x1, which is 0. And now let's do this in the calculator. We got 19,600 minus 26,800. It's negative 7,200 over 12 minus 0, which is 12. And if you divide that out, it's perfect. You get negative 600. All right, so the slope is negative 600. Remember what we do once we figure out the slope is we plug it in our y equals mx plus b. So we got y equals negative 600x plus b. And remember what we said before. If you have an x value as 0, then the y value is b. And you can also plug in x equals 0 and y equals 26,800 to solve that. Actually, let's go ahead and do that since it doesn't really take any time and it's a good reminder. Oops. So y is 26,800 equals negative 600 times x, which is 0, plus b. Since multiplying by 0 makes it go away, that's why the b is the y value. B is 26,800. So since we're actually going to use this in the next part, I'm actually going to plug it in and just write it out, but also fill it up in the answer here. We got y equals negative 600x plus 26,800, which is the equation of our line, modeling the population. Very important, if you type y and x because they want p and t in the problem, you will get it wrong. We have to use p of t, the population, in place of y, and t in place of x. All right, and it tells you that in the problem. Capital P is the population, t is the time. we got P of t equals negative 600t plus 26,800. Right, so that's part A. Part B, if the town is still experiencing a linear decline, what will the population be in 2010? Well, the one thing you just want to be careful on, the year 2010 is telling you to plug in something for t, but don't plug in 2010 because that's not going to be right. You want to plug in how many years since 1996, and that's 14. So we want to plug in t equals 14 into the answer from part A. The equation we got, if we do that and simplify, we're good to go. So we got P of 14 is negative 600 times 14 plus 26,800. And once again, if you want to do this in your calculator, that's fine. We got negative 600 times 14 plus 26,800. We get 18,400. And that would be our population. Right. But likewise, with word problems, you always got to be careful. Sometimes you got to do this correction. Don't just blindly say this is t equals 1996 because of the way the question's worded.